Hi, everyone. Let me ask you a question. Who is an African woman? An African woman is a very industrious woman. She's a good multitasker. Even when she has limited resources, she tries to do what she can do with it. But beyond that, an African woman has a very rich culture. They have like beautiful dressing, beautiful hairs, kinky hairs from the young to the old, nice braiding. When it even comes to like events like weddings, celebration, the culture is so rich that even the low income, the middle income, the high income, they all dress so elegantly well that you cannot tell what's a low or middle income. You can look at the beads, the great head tie, the costume, the clothes. These are just occasions. But today, I'm not here to tell you about the occasional life. I'm here to tell you about the everyday, day-to-day life of an African woman, particularly the low and middle income African woman. Due to limited resources, they and the lifestyle, they perform activities that are very time consuming. For example, they wash clothes because they don't have the washing machine, so they can spend a lot of hours washing clothes, or even going outside to source for water just to provide for cooking or bathing. And also when it comes to cooking, they have to go out and get firewood, charcoal, gas, kerosene. Now, all these are very time-consuming tasks, and they also require mobility. Now, this is just for women for household activities. What about women that also have employment outside the home? So they are juggling between the time-consuming activities in the house and also the employment, maybe as a teacher, maybe as a trader, or maybe as a house help outside the home. So they're trying to balance both. And more interestingly, because of the lifestyle, most women travel with goods, whether goods for shopping, goods for their shop, or goods for to just to take the kids around goods, and they perform head loading, taking the goods on their head. Now, all these are so exhausting. Now, you think they are Wonder Woman? No, they are not. The last time I checked, a Wonder Woman snaps her hand and everything are done. However, that's not the case for an African woman because she spent times doing all these activities. They are very time consuming. They are I think an African woman experience time poverty issues because they can wake up as early as 6 or 7 in the morning until 6 p.m. They are there doing activities, different kind of activities, whether it's cooking, whether it's going to get shopping, maybe it's trading, just very time-consuming activities. And to make this much more difficult is they not experience mobility challenges. So, for example, in Africa, the transport is mostly informal, although it's a mix of formal, but it's mostly informal. And the good beauty about this informal is there is no journey information. So you don't know when the bus is going to come. You don't know how if the bus is going to accommodate you or your goods. So for the women, given the fact they already have these time-consuming activities, and now some of these activities requires mobility, they're not really sure if they go to the bus stop when the bus is going to come. So it's like they move out blindly. If the vehicle comes, great. If it doesn't come, great. What do you expect them to do? They're not really sure they can afford it, or even if it comes, they're not even sure if it's going to their destination, or even if there's space to accommodate them and their goods, or even if they can even pay the fare. So it's a lot for these women to do it. These are the problems. And you ask, how does this affect their well-being? How does this affect their lifestyle? How does this affect the quality of life? Well, if it was you, would you smile all day? No. You can't smile all day because already they have time-consuming activities, and transportation should is not making it much challenging because it cannot help them meet their mobility needs, access to education, access to healthcare. They have a lot of things to do in their house. They are there taking care of the kids, washing, cleaning, going out to help, going for shopping, taking them to the hospital, making school runs. So transportation for them is like an adventure because they don't know, even if they make a plan, how would that plan turn out? Because they require mobility, they require transportation to get to where they need to go. So for them, travel is an adventure. You just go out and let's see what happens. Nobody can live a life to see what happens. There should be like a plan. So if they're like, oh, I want to get to A to B to achieve certain things, then transportation should help me not actually add to my already complicated lifestyle. So I want to say this. Yes, there's a bus, right? We agree. But being a bus does not mean it meets my mobility needs, because what if I am at the bus stop, the bus comes, it doesn't go to my destination? How does that help me? Or it comes, I cannot afford it because the price is not fixed. How does that help me? Or there's not even space to move my goods in the bus. How does that help women? So now my research is, how can I help? How can I ensure transport meet their mobility needs? And who better to ask than the women themselves? There's an adage that says, it's he who wears the shoes that know where it hurts. So my research aims to speak to those women and work with them to see how we can help their mobility needs, how we can help increase their access to opportunities. And one of the methods I chose to use is the go along interview, whereby I work with these women. But definitely, I'm not going to work on heels. I'm going to work on flat shoes. But it's to work with them to their destination, to ask them, how do you travel? What's happening? Why do you make certain decisions? Why do you take this bus? Why not? Just to see how they navigate their day-to-day activities. My other method I'm going to use is also to have like a workshop with the women. Let's go now. We find out this is what the challenges is. Now let's see how can we make transportation meet your mobility needs. How can we improve your access to opportunity? How can we improve your day-to-day life? And in the workshop, one of the methods I'm going to also use is mapping. So I'm going to ask women to map out their day-to-day routine. And one good thing about this method is this: when you map out your day-to-day routine, you become more conscious of certain things which you were unconscious of before. So they get to know why they go certain places and when they do or why they don't. So it's like putting their own day-to-day life in the front of them to look at it. Another method I'm going to use is like board game to see, okay, now this is a problem, how can we create solution? Now the essence of this board game is to facilitate discussion on mobility, on solutions. They know what they need, they know how transport can help them, so it's to design it with them and see how transportation, how mobility as a service, how it can improve their day-to-day living, how it can increase their access to opportunities. And so this is what I am currently. I'm currently on the field work performing these activities. And one good thing I like about my method is that I don't need to chase them for data and say, oh, you didn't feel why? No, because with them, I'm in the field, there I get my data. So thank you so much.